Welcome to Lengua Franca. This video is the first of 3 that focus on object pronouns in Spanish. First up, we look at direct objects and their pronouns. What exactly is a direct object? Why do we have pronouns associated with them? And why do we need them? These are the topics of focus for this video. We will cover these pesky grammatical objects of ire with respect to both English and Spanish, just to make things a bit clearer. For most students in a beginning Spanish class, you actually get started on objects and their pronouns early. It is when you study reflexive verb conjugations, such as me lavo, te lavas, se lava, etc. As we saw in the reflexive verbs video, these are a type of direct object construction. So in this video, we will focus on regular direct object constructions. In part 2 of this series, we will look at indirect objects, and in part 3, we will see how both types of objects play together in a sentence. Let's start off with the most basic question. What is a direct object? Well, it has a few definitions. One would be to think of a direct object as the people or things that directly receive the action of the verb. That sounds a bit complicated, but here are some alternate descriptions of the role of the direct object. The direct object describes the person or thing that gets verbed. If you have studied phrasal semantics in a linguistics course, the direct object is typically the theme. Any way you slice it, the direct object is the noun phrase that undergoes the action of the verb. Let's put these definitions to use with some sample sentences. Take these English sentences. In each case, the direct object comes after the verb, and it is the person or thing that is somehow undergoing the action of the verb. The car is what Eric is driving. The books are what we read. The ball is what you are throwing. John is the person I see. Regardless of the language, we don't always want to use the full noun phrase. It gets repetitive, and if the context is being maintained in a conversation, we don't want to keep repeating elements. Instead, we use pronouns to replace unnecessary elements. In the case of direct object pronouns, we see them used all the time in English, as well as in many other languages. It is also important to note that in English, the pronoun goes in the same place as the phrase it replaces. I open the window. I open it. Same placement. This is something to keep in mind as we transition to direct objects in Spanish. Now, the rules are the same as to what is considered to be a direct object in Spanish. But the pronouns, obviously, are different. Me, te, lo, la, nos, os, los, and las. They match the pronouns in English, however, they have very different placements. Primarily, all object pronouns in Spanish, including direct object pronouns, go in front of the conjugated verb. This is pretty much the standard rule. If the verb in question is either in the infinitive or gerund form, you can attach the pronoun to the end. But note that it is only an option. Usually there will only be one conjugated verb in that clause, and object pronouns must go in front of it. In Spanish, that is the lay of the land. Them's the rules. One note. If you attach the pronoun to the end of a gerund, you must also now put an accent mark on that third to last syllable, the a or e. That's because in attaching a pronoun, you are also attaching a syllable. We have a video on accent marks that goes more in depth into this element of the written language. Just as we mentioned in the reflexive verbs video, practice really does make perfect. Or perhaps it's best to say that practice makes this easier. There are a number of tutorial sites with great exercises to help you in these pronouns and using them to replace entire phrases. If you go to linguafranca.us, you will see a number of them listed on our resources page. Please like this video and leave any comments or questions that you have. Don't forget to subscribe to Lingua Franca's YouTube channel, which has more videos on Spanish grammar and much more. Oh, and please check us out on our Patreon page if you are at all interested in supporting us in our work. Hasta pronto. Adiós.